Today we're going to have a look at how to use Napier's bones to multiply. So today what we're going to do is we're going to try a problem like 57 times 26. Now what you're going to do is you're going to pull this little row here. This row is going to kind of help us keep track of what we're doing. And then we're going to pull the 26. We're going to pull the 20 and the 6, and we're going to make sure that they're lined up with our first row there. And then what we need to do is we need to look at the 5 and the 7. So we're going to take these two sections here, 5 and 7. So what we're going to end up with is a 2x2 grid. And in that 2x2 grid, we're going to put our answers in here. So we have 1 and 0. We have 3 and 0, because 5 times 2 is 10, and 5 times 6 is 30. And down here, 7 times 2 is 14. And 7 times 6 is 42. And so as you can see, we've got our 57 going down and our 26 going across. And then we're going to look at it on the diagonal. So if you look, we're going to look at this diagonal here, and you can see there's just a 2. So we're going to just write the 2 down here. Then we're going to look at this diagonal, 4 and 0, that equals 8. Then we're going to look right here. Now don't get confused, I know it says the 7 here, but we're not going to look at that, just the ones that are inside of our square here. And we're not looking at 103, we're doing 1 plus 3, which is 4. And our last is just a 1, which means that 57 times 26 equals 1,482. So now that we've learned how to multiply with Napier's bones, let's have a look at how we divide with Napier's bones. So we're going to look at the multiplication of the number 28 all the way up from 1 till 9. We're going to try doing 24,556 divided by 28. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the first ones column. So we have a 2 in the ones place, and or in the tens place, and an 8 in the ones place. So that's 28. Look at the next one. We have a 4 and a 1 in the tens place, so that's 5 and 6 ones. We have a 6 and a 2 in the tens place, that's 8 and 4 ones. We have an 8 and a 3 in the tens place, which is 11 and 2 ones. We have a 1 in the hundreds place and a 4 in the tens place, so that's 140. We have a 1 in the hundreds place, a 6 in the tens place, and an 8 in the ones place. We have a 1 in the hundreds, a 9 in the tens, and a 6 in the ones. We have a 1 in the hundreds, but in the tens place we have 12, so that's actually 224. And again, 1 in the hundreds place, but 8 and 7 is 15, so it's actually 252. Now what we're going to do is we're going to look at the first 3 numbers over here on our graph, and that is 245. So we're going to look over here at the multiplication that we've done, and the number closest to 245 without going over is 224. So what we're going to do is we're just going to put that 224 right here. Now we know it's not actually 224, there's actually 2 zeros after it. So we multiplied by 8, but instead of actually multiplying by 8, we're multiplying it by 800, because we're going to put those 2 zeros here as well. And then we're going to subtract. 6 subtract 0 is 6. 5 subtract 0 is 5. 5 subtract 4 is 1. 4 subtract 2 is 2. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do the similar thing. So 2,156, we're just going to look at the 215. The next closest number to that is 196. So we're going to put 196, and we'll add our 0 onto the end here. So we actually did our 7 times tables, but we have the 0 here as well that we added in. We're going to subtract those. 6 subtract 0 is 6. I can't take 6 away from 5, so I'm going to take away from here and make this a 15. 15 take away 6 is 9. I can't do 0 take away 9, so I'm going to take one of these and make that 100 and make that 10. 10 take away 9 is 1, and 1 take away 1 is 0. We now have 196, so we're going to do 196 again with the 7. 196 subtract 196, and that gives us a 0. So there are no remainders. And then to find our answer, we're going to add these 3 numbers together. 800 plus 70 plus 7 is 877. So our answer to 24,556 divided by 28 is 877. Now, wasn't that easy?